Well, good evening. I'll just make myself bigger there. Well, good evening and welcome to the Irish column for Sunday, the 19th of January, 2025. Sorry, we were all down in Knock today. There was a big meeting down in a protest about the iPad centre down there. We'll talk about it now in a minute. But as I'm only back in the door, I'm just getting everything ready. And Anthony's stuck somewhere. It's just, listen, it's been a nightmare, but it was well worth it. It was one of the best days I've had now out talking to people and everything else. So I'm going to bring in my two co-hosts tonight, which are, I'll bring in Martin. Hello, Martin. How are you?
Hi, Paul. It's been so long since I've seen you.
Oh, Jesus, I know, yeah. And we have, as Martin said, Orla is wet Orla, is it? A wet Orla tonight, have we?
Absolutely dripping wet, like the rest of us. It was a grand, soft Irish day.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a great day. I have to say now, it was a great day.
It was.
No, like I collected the boys this morning, like, you know what I mean? And just the whole road trip was just cool, you know, that sort of way. It really was, having the crack with the boys in the car, and you know, brings you back, you know what I mean?
It's fun. I had 3 cackling women with me.
Oh, brilliant.
I didn't have
Excuse
me. You don't cackle, Orly. You don't cackle.
You had your phone. I hope you weren't talking about your mother. She'll be bleeding. She'd fucking kill you.
My mother was in the back seat.
Yeah. I know.
And his aunt.
Yeah. No, it was great. I have to say.
Family affair. Yeah. So it was a great day out now. A good family day out.
It was a great day out. It really was. Now I have to say. And the lads were there in spirit. Is it on? Yeah, we're on now. Yeah. How are you, Frank? How are you? No, there's nothing really in the comments there. But what I will say is, people, we didn't have time to put the show together. Like, I'm not saying we didn't put it together, but we're winging it here at the minute. But I'll do bits as I'm going along. But if you can share it, please share it. Share it out on my X, on Paul Fitzgerald, FitzyDub, at FitzyDub, at Anthony Casey, at Rugo Murphy, and I didn't share it out to Orla, so we only have 8. And you'll get us on all the channels as well. You know what I mean? So if you can't share it everywhere, well, they're going up there another 50. Fair play. Yeah, everyone's sharing it. Keep sharing it, people. Sorry, Martin. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I was looking at
have Ryan Corcoran there. Ryan Corcoran there. Happy Sunday, Paul Fitzsimons. RTE news is fake news. Paul, you are my role model. Jesus.
Very good.
Fair play to him.
Hi, Ryan.
Father Paul.
Yeah. I was actually talking to Ryan last week, and I want to bring him on. What I want to do with Ryan is I want to do an interview with him on my own, say, you know, that sort of way, and play it on the show, you know, that sort of way, because he has some great ideas, you know, and he has special needs as well, but he's a cool young lad, I have to say. I really like him, like, you know. But we will have you on, Ryan, don't you? Or we will have you on, buddy, don't you worry. But I'm just trying to download what am I for here?
Yeah, so today was fantastic. It was great to meet. It was great to meet some faces. A lot of faces from spaces were there today. So it was great to actually finally shake hands with all these people. Orla, we have to give a shout out to 2 Cork brothers.
Yes, the twins.
I left my other phone in the house. Do you still have the name of the bar on your phone?
Oh, I didn't take a screenshot of it. Oh, they were in, where do we say? They were in East, wasn't it? Was it East Cork?
No, they're West Cork. I'll find it.
We'll bring it up
again, but
what did you say? Twins? Did you say twins?
Yeah. Twin brothers.
2 big umpers, 2 stocky umpers.
Yeah.
They come over and shook my hand and said, "Keep doing up the good work, Paul. Well, fair play to you. You're doing great work."
They watch the show every week, so I'll find it. I remember what it's called. I'll just
good people that we met today that watch the show. We have to give a shout out to Paul Phelan,
and watching it now. So hey, lovely, happy days. So keep it going up, people. Keep sharing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, the amount of people, like, was just it was amazing. Like,
it was great. It was great to see everyone. Like, you know, it was good to see people. You know, people you hadn't seen in ages. You know.
Yeah. exactly. But did I download that? Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah, there was like I have to say there was very good atmosphere and all that as well at it.
Yeah, so I found that it's called the Rock Bar, and it is in Newmarket in Cork. And I hope I got that right. So if you're looking for creamy nationalist pints, yeah, head to the Rock Bar in Newmarket in Cork.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what I have this saved as? Montage. Yeah. Go on, keep talking there. I'm still looking.
So that was it. Has your mother and aunt warmed up yet?
They, I'm sure they have at this stage. I just messaged them to say I literally just landed as well about 10 minutes ago. Like, so I'm still fairly damp around the edges.
I have to do a shout out here, please. Anybody who's in Ballyhonus and they're not doing anything, you could drop down and meet Anthony for a point because Anthony has had a puncher. Yeah, them cheap German cars. You know what I mean? So he had to stay the night in Ballyhonus. So if anyone is there for the point, drop in and see Anthony. I'm sure you'll get him on Twitter. Or I'm not going to tell you where he is, just in case we've any lefty loonies out there ready to walk in and see him. So
where did you say he's Ballyhonus?
Ballyhonus, yeah.
Where's that?
Mayo.
He didn't get very far. I told you already.
Oh, right. Okay, he didn't get very far.
I guarantee you, Anthony, if you're watching, I'm putting out an accusation. You slashed your own tire to stay for creamy pints. Tell the truth.
Yeah.
And I was laughing at you, Paul, in the car. We were standing there talking for ages, and all of a sudden, it was like, why is Paul like an hour later still sitting in the car? Like, who was worse in the gift shop, you or Gavin?
Oh, listen, Gavin had to go back into the bleeding gift shop. He didn't get it. We had got all of ours. We got the water and everything, like, you know.
Yeah.
And we had got the water and everything. And I was in the car. I was sitting in my car.
Yeah.
And then we had to park the car. And then Gavin said, "Where's the thing?" And I showed him where it was. And I said, "You're not getting any holy water." Only empty bleeding bottles. He said, "I wasn't buying any empty bottles." He said. I said, "You have to fill them at the tap." So we went in and bought a few and brought them back out, filled them at the tap. Yeah.
That's right.
There's Ryan. You are my family order done it. Who went?
Is that lovely?
Yeah, he's a cool. I have to say, he's a cool young man.
Hi, Ryan. Shout out to
Ryan. Yeah. But this is not letting me load videos here for some reason. What the fuck is going on here?
So look, it was a lovely day. It was nice to meet everybody. Good turnout. Miserable weather, but great fun and festivities. You know what? We should actually also give a shout out to the staff working in that little coffee shop because they were lovely. You know what I
mean? And cheap as chips.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the country's always like that. You see, outside of the big smoke, Paul, you know, life is still fairly reasonable.
Yeah.
A coffee has never been €9 in the country.
Oh wow, man! Yeah, like me and Gavin were standing there, and a woman asked for a cup of tea, and she said $2.50, and Gavin said, "Did you say $2.50?" She said, "Yeah, that's how much it is." And Gavin says, "If you look to get a cup of tea up in Bleeding Dublin for $5.50, he said, "It's mental."
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so they were great now, and there was a fair whack of us there now. They looked after us. Some fears. But like I said, it was lovely to meet. There's so many people there that I've spoken to over spaces and hadn't actually physically met. So it was lovely to actually shake their hand and put a face to the voice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was really good, and the speeches were very good. Tom's speech was good, and
Michelle Keane.
Yeah. She was powerful now as well. Yeah,
I'm trying to pull that down now at the minute. Yeah, I'm trying to pull that down.
Tom Moran's now was very good. Like, to know, I thought his was very good as well. You know, and there was only really 3 speeches, 4. That was about it.
There was, there was only a couple of speeches. Yeah. But it was
they wanted to bring us down to that drum house to show us it. Yeah, and I've sent that video on to you, Paul, to show the size of it.
Yeah, I have it there. I think I sent it on to myself there, did I? But
I had to laugh, Martin. The whole way from Carlow up until near enough Knock was dry, and then we get to Knock and it starts raining.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That's what happened. Yeah. So it was grand. It'd be nice at the stop off in Tuam as well. That was that was nice because I haven't actually been in that house in a while, and I spent a lot of my.
And again, we have to say a massive thank you to your aunt and to your mother for cooking breakfast and everything for us.
Well, I did the eggs.
And then a bit of lunch.
I wish someone had it
Well,
done.
you did the scrambled eggs. I'll give you that. We made the scrambled eggs.
I did the eggs. Everybody else did everything else. Yeah. So no, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was.
And I said the people.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, community effort, like an amateur community. Everybody had their.
And that was it. Yeah.
Oh, there's a huge amount of stuff, like as well as what's happening in Knock. Like this stuff is ramped up all over the country again. The modular homes are apparently being moved into Clonmel tomorrow as well. So if anybody can get to Clonmel, just to show a presence. Look, we're not going to be able to stop them, but just to show a presence that you object to these modular homes going in. When we have 15,000 plus homeless in this country and they're spending 550,000 euros, over €500,000 per unit, that they're going to give away to, and it's not, they're still saying it's Ukrainians, but everybody knows that the Ukrainian money is gone. This is going to be iPass, you know what I mean? These are the turnkey homes that Roger O'Gorman promised the Africans and the Middle Easterns in however many languages he sent out. But it's an absolute disgrace that over $500,000 per unit is being spent in this monstrosity in Clonmel, and we have 15,000 plus homeless people, probably even more, in the country. It's your government hates you. Your government absolutely hates you. And I see videos of Micheál Martin coming up in my feed. I nearly want to get sick. Them all patting themselves on the back for their program for government. Yeah. Their program for government is your destruction. Just realize that the program for government is the destruction of the Irish person, our Irish heritage, and everything it means to be Irish. Yeah. And Irish, and we need to start. Sorry, Paul, I'll finish down as I go. We need to start talking about Irish. It's not a land; it's an ethnicity, right? We are a people. We are not just this island. We are a people, and it's about time we started acting like a people and fighting back.
Yeah. Like even to drive into Knock there, driving up to Knock, my God, the houses are amazing. Like Jesus Christ, like there's houses there like that have been there, but like Dermot Bannon to shit, like, you know what I mean? They are savage houses, you know. And for them people to not come out and not be there, like, and not listen, I understand that they're all afraid of being called a nist or an ism. But get your finger out, people. Jesus Christ, this is Knock, the most holy, the most sacred place in the country. You know, come on. To let it be overrun by, whether they're Muslims or not, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't be overrun by anyone, but it is Muslims, and that's just the way it is. Like, there's no sugarcoating this, you know what I mean? Like, we've seen it around the country, the Blessed Virgin statues getting broken, and there's not enough of that on the news. Nobody talks about that. You know what I mean? The clergy aren't even giving out about it. That's what gets me. You know what I mean? Like, I reported one here a couple of months ago. Do you remember I put it on Twitter?
Yeah.
And up beside me here. So I went to the priest and said it to the priest, and he said, "Oh, I know, it's terrible." Fucking hell, man. Come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But even forget about forget about the money racket behind the accommodation, because, well, your dares are numbered, people, and you know who you are. We have a list, but it's disgusting that we have so many Irish homeless people. Why in the last 15 years, homeless numbers have been rising and rising and rising and rising and rising. And why has this effort not been put into? Let's just even say that there is greedy companies buying up the properties. Why can't the government pay to house the Irish people?
Exactly.
If you housed every single Irish, or the majority of the Irish homeless, there probably wouldn't be as much pushback to housing genuine asylum seekers who can only actually claim asylum from outside of the country, not inside of the country. There wouldn't be a problem, because the numbers would be small and would be controlled. We could say less than 1,000 per year would be a realistic figure for asylum seekers. But the fact that this money can be spent, see what's after happening is all the guys who got bailed out in the last financial collapse, all the developers, all these companies and shell companies, etc., have now got their new money racket from the government, and it's people trafficking, and that's what it is. They're trafficking people for various different things, like from what's gone on in England with the grooming gangs and stuff like that. That is happening in Ireland. Albeit on a smaller scale, but it's something that we need to start tackling and start looking at. But like, I just say it again. Your government hates you. Absolutely hates you. And like, we're talking in a bit of an echo chamber here now, but there's however many 100 people are listening now. You need to start waking people up, and you're probably going to have to start grabbing people by the shoulders and giving them a little shake, because we're seriously running out of time. We're seriously running out of time, and there's too few of us carrying the weight of this on our shoulders. Do you know what I mean? There's a couple of 100 people killing themselves, giving up everything, sacrificing family, sacrificing jobs, sacrificing everything, and trying to get around the country and be everywhere and put media content out and stuff like that. But we need more. We can't do it by ourselves. We cannot do it by ourselves. We need the rest of Ireland to wake up and realize that if you don't pull your finger out now, you're doomed. You are doomed.
Yeah. It's just.
And anyway, have I filled enough space to get the videos done?
Yeah.
I
did a post 2 days ago on Carlow and the modular homes there out at Tohers. Tohers, for anyone who doesn't know, it's like kind of a biggish style pub restaurant, and Ukrainians were there. And I just happened to be out a couple of days ago, and the Ukrainians have been moved on at the end of January. And while we have no clarification, as far as we're concerned, more than likely it's IPAS going in. But what I did notice is that there is now more modular homes there. So whoever is coming in, there's actually going to be more of them than what there was with the Ukrainians.
Did you catch Tom Moran's speech? Yeah, I'll pull that down there now. I have it there, yeah. I'll show that.
Tom's speech was brilliant. It was brilliant.
Hold on, Tom. I haven't got Tom. Yeah. Who's that, the old man?
Yes.
No, I haven't got that. That wasn't sent on to me there. I think Anthony has that, hasn't he?
I don't know whether he took it now.
Somebody standing beside me took it. Who was standing beside me? Oh,
I was standing beside you, but I didn't video it. I don't think
someone was with it. I think Barry had his umbrella beside me. I'm sure he was.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't record it anyway, but if anyone has it there, send it in to us there. Send it in. I tell you, if you can WhatsApp it to me, I'll give you the WhatsApp there now. Bear with me. There's the WhatsApp there. Look, you can call live as well. 089 203 1521. 089 203 1521. If anyone has any videos for me to put up from today, send them on to that number there now. Fair play.
But actually, Martin, in relation to what you were saying about the homeless, right? I mean, there was an article in Grip only a couple of days ago in relation to someplace in Dublin 4 that was a hostel, and it's now been turned into IPAS. Like, why are they closing hostels when we have more people than ever homeless? And then there was another, the Liberty Soup Kitchen, who do absolutely fantastic work up in Dublin, and that's the Liberty Soup Kitchen. They do absolutely brilliant work. You should give them a follow, and if you're able to volunteer or donate to them, you should do, because, like, again, as I said, they're fantastic. But they were saying about a story of a 27-year-old woman that felt so unsafe in the hostel that she decided to come out and stay in her car. So she would rather sleep in her car on a freezing cold night than stay in a hostel. And she tried to get help from several people, like, as in representatives. She couldn't get any help. In the end, I think she ended up getting hold of somebody.
She's not the only one, Orla. That's why it's all around Dublin, because people don't feel safe in the hostels.
Yeah,
but these lads feel safe in the 4-star hotels. You know what I mean? Come on, like, you know what I mean?
They're putting
their own people into these shitholes. Where they're drug infested and they're drug ridden. It's just it's like as though they want these people to fail. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. They want these people to go back on drugs and die, or this is it. It's a big plan. It is, like, we all know the fucking plan. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Like.
But it's just shocking when we've got 15,000 homeless, like, and nothing can be done for them. It's absolutely horrendous. Now, I don't know for certain. I didn't see anything about it, but I heard that 2 people in Cork died on the streets, but I didn't see an article on it now.
Yeah, I read something about that. It came across my Twitter feed that there's 2 investigations underway to 2 bodies found in Cork, but there's no more details on it.
Sorry,
were they
I didn't
were
mean
they
to
together,
laugh.
Martin?
I was putting in the thing here to say we 400 live thing, and I forgot to take out the other 2 knots, and it said 40,000. I thought, fuck, many people see that they think we're savage.
Martin, the 2 people that died, were they in the same area or were they separate?
I literally don't know. It just flashed across my feed. Two investigations on the way to 2 bodies found in Cork. I don't have any other information on it.
Somebody said today as well at the protest, 2 or 3 people actually said it to me, that there was a alleged rape in Ballina last night of a young girl. So don't know how true it is. I'm just saying alleged. So don't crucify me and say Fitzy said this and Fitzy said that. I was told today. Okay, someone said it to me. So that's what I'm saying it for. If anyone has any information on Ballyhonus, again, get on to us through the WhatsApp there. 089. Hold on, Sue's that texting me. Anthony Casey.
That's Paul Whelan there. How are you, Paul? Good to meet you today.
How are you, Paul?
Yeah, so the church was. I actually went to the Basilica just before we went for coffee, and the church was absolutely packed for the 3 o'clock mass. It was absolutely packed. So it's great. It's beautiful up there. I'm definitely going to go back there again in the summer. And
you get a feeling, don't you? You get a feeling. It's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? It really is. Like, you feel cool. Like, you feel really good. And I drank the water and everything. It was lovely. It was So I'm all holy today.
With your black shirt and collar.
You can just picture like the image now of Paul with his head first in the where's to keep the holy water.
Yeah. My ma got us all of them. We'll never die a violent death, apparently. So we all wear one. Yeah.
Hey, touch wood. Touch wood,
yeah. But let me see. I'll tell you what I have that little montage from today. So let's just run with that of the Who's Who of Far Right.
Like Orla on holidays.
And I missed you. I thought I'd added your one in. I do and the 2 lads. I must actually get that picture. I'll send it on.
It's on Facebook. Yeah, see if you can pull that picture at some point. Yeah, because I want to give the lads a shout out because they were.
Yeah, I meant to. I'll send that on now in a second. Yeah, it's gas. Because do you know what? It was amazing. I could even do what I did because there were stages where the rain was so heavy I couldn't even see through my glasses.
Yeah, it was fair down.
Oh, it was. But listen. It wasn't cold. Some woman said to me, it's freezing, isn't it? I said, I'm not cold at all. I said, I wasn't cold, like, you know what I mean? And I was drenched.
No, it wasn't cold. It was just wet.
But the jello on my hair was coming down into my eyes and burning the eyes down me, man. And I kept
walking around. He's like, oh my God, I'm getting burned.
Yeah, man. Jesus Christ. It was crazy. Listen, I'm just going to show the people that's on here now to show you this place in there you go.
Wouldn't it be wonderful for them to give? Yeah, to give those homes now, the 50 homes.
Yeah.
Big old place.
Yeah, I done a video myself. I'm gonna pull that up as well now because I ran out of your man's garden.
I seen that. Yeah, that was very funny. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it was very funny. I heard you said afterwards he had 2 electric cars charging.
Yeah. Okay. That was my garden. Get out. I says, what? Out. I says, okay. And I walked out.
Well, he's obviously going to be out with the welcome mat to his new neighbours.
Yes, of course. Until they fucking rob his electric cars and fucking eat his dog and whatever else they're gonna do, like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. That was that one. But that's someplace, I have to say. That is someplace. And it's under, did you see the cameras everywhere around it?
Yeah.
Cameras everywhere, and the Gardaí respond to the cameras. So obviously the Gardaí are watching this for them, or, you know.
Yeah, well, they had 3 cars watching us the whole day.
Yeah, the whole day. Yeah. What a waste.
No, well, you say there was only, no, hold on, there was only one, and then James Conroy showed up, and then there was another 2 afterwards. Conway, sorry, not Conroy, Conway.
Yeah.
I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. Look, we can barely function.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah. But it was good, I have to say. I really enjoyed it. Any more comments there? Anyone noticed the close down of the Veritas shops across Ireland? Yes.
I heard about that.
The last one in Abbey Street is now closed. Is the one closed in Blanche now? That's gone, isn't it? I think that's gone. But somebody done a video. I think it was what you call her, Lisa, done a video. Fair play to Lisa, shout out. And she done a video last week. All the stuff was less than half price. About 2 weeks ago, I seen this, and I thought, Jesus Christ, rosary beads, and I have to give a shout out too to the souvenir shops down there. They're the cheapest souvenir shops I've ever been in my life. I'm gonna be honest with you. A stick of rock, 150. You go anyway. You go to Bleed Westport, it's 3 quid. You know what I mean? It's. I really couldn't believe it. The little bottles and all for 20 pence and 4 for, you know, it was great value for money now, I have to say. But yeah, we have noticed it. Have you, any of you noticed it?
The Veritas shops?
Yeah.
I can't remember seeing one in Yonks. There aren't that many of them down this neck of the woods anyway, or down out in the sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was up on, I don't know, it was up on one of the news ones. I can't remember if it was Grip or the Irish Inquiry. One of them had it up anyway.
Is it lack of funding? Is it just gone out of business? Is there more nefarious?
I don't know if maybe people just aren't going in and buying stuff. I don't know now.
Yeah, we want to might look into it and chat about it next week. We'll get some time to do some research in it.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, as well as all of the stuff that's happening in Ireland, there's something fairly fucking big happening over in the States there now. In a while. That's a few hours at this point, isn't it?
No, it'll be 5 hours. We're 5 hours ahead, so I think it'll be at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, won't it?
All right, cool.
Yeah, 6 tomorrow evening. I think it's 1 o'clock.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna leave you two talking there for a minute, because I have a young fella here who they always seem to injure themselves when I'm doing the show. So you know, it's you know,
the joy the kids fall.
Go get the magic water and the magic band-aids. Yeah,
exactly.
So in relation to Trump, will you be tuning in to watch the inauguration and all the fun and festivities? I noticed that there's no Irish government representative over there.
Okay.
Yeah. No one got invited. Conor McGregor got invited. Fair play.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Well, he's over.
Well, maybe if who was it? Simon Harris didn't call him. What did he call him?
A gowl.
A gowl. Yeah. So maybe we didn't call him that.
Yeah. Oh, just anybody in the comments, if you know what a sham is, or no, it's a kind of a west of Ireland, Galway slang term. Explain to Orla what a sham is. We'll see what comes in the comments there. Just to.
Oh my God!
I can't believe you never heard of a sham.
No. Let's just say that never came up in conversation. Oh God.
Yeah. Started his business for over 100 years. Supply schools, books, priests. Oh, yeah, look at that. There we go. Veritas is a business for over 100 years. Supply schools, books, priests, priesthood, baptism, community, marriage, paraphernalia. Has nothing to do with the economy. They've been closed down. Yeah. So obviously the Vatican. So again, at work, destroying whatever's left of Christianity.
Shocking.
We do have to have a serious adult conversation about Islam, because I'm tired.
But the big noticeable thing today was there was no priest there. There was no archbishop. There was nobody like that there.
No, because they don't want to. They've been told to stay away from us. They want to look. I'll tell you an interesting one. The Friary in Clonmel Okay, so obviously the monks are pulling out of the friary in Clonmel. It's a lovely small little church, and there used to be a little car park beside it. It was actually very handy for elderly people to go into Clonmel, park in that little car park, and go in and light a few candles, say a few prayers, and then go about the business in the town and stuff like that. And they shut the car park first, so it meant that people couldn't, the elderly people who liked doing that, parking there and going into the friary. They removed all that footfall from the from the church, and now the monks are pulling out completely. And there was a sit-in protest by some locals in Clonmel, and the monks, the Franciscans, got a High Court order, rather than engage or talk to them or come up with a solution to keep the friary open in some capacity. They got a High Court order to remove the people who were having the sit-in protest, sort of. I wouldn't even call it a protest. It was just a sit-in, just to say that there was people willing to keep the place open. That's very, very, very peculiar behaviour, unless there is money in the background for that facility to be turned into iPass. So that would be my thoughts, and it's just a thought. Now I've nothing to back that up, but it was very strange. Why would a religious order seek a High Court order to remove people from the church? Why are they so adamant that it needs to be closed down?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's very, 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 very strange. So Clonmel's getting hit all over the place. There's the friary closing down, a mosque being built, and the modular homes going in, all happening simultaneously. So again, I'll give a shout out to anybody in the Tipperary area or further afield. Please just show your support in Clonmel. Just come out and say, just to show that there's a few more of us actually are trying, to push back against the government agenda in relation to non-nationals taking over our country. I had an interesting conversation with a woman today about what it means to be Irish. And we were having a conversation about we'd say this: are we a state or are we a people? And I firmly believe we're a people. It's not that we're this land of Éire or Ireland or Hibernia or whatever you want to choose to call it. It's not the land, it's the people. You know what I mean? We are an ethnic people, and we're a minority. We're a tiny, 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 tiny ethnic minority on the planet. And it's about time we started using the tools of the enemy, so to speak, in relation to speaking about who we are. We are a tiny, tiny, tiny people, and we should be. If they want to play that game, then we're an ethnic minority, and we want special treatment. We need to start playing that game. There's a hell of a lot more Nigerians than there is Irish. There's a hell of a lot more Middle Easterns than there is Irish. We're the minority. And it's pretty much the same across Europe, that the white European they're becoming minorities in their own country. So it's really, really important that you put simple things. You could do simple things. I've talked about the boycotts before. I've talked about just keep sending emails to your local councillors and your TDs saying that you object to mosques being built in your community. I'm sorry, I do. They talk about, it's offensive, offending. You can't say this, you can't say that. I find the Muslim call to prayer extremely offensive. I do not ever want to hear it in this land. I don't want to hear it. I find it offensive. So where's my rights to be offended? Okay, so who's going to take into account what I think and feel, or whatever lefty language they use? But yeah, we need to start acting like the ethnic minority that we are, and we need to start using tools, and we need to talk about ourselves like that. Do you know what I mean? There's no such thing as multiculturalism in this land. It's not going to happen, because we have too much evidence to say that all it does is harm. So, no to multiculturalism. We need to really, really, really push on our ethnicity and who we are, what it means to be to be Irish. Really, really, really important.
I'm back.
Is he all right?
Oh, and you made a cup of tea as well.
Yeah, no, he almost called it a foot last night.
No!
Bent over, and she was doing chocolate. You know the way you put the bowl on top of the pot and the whole lot, and she lifted the bowl up. It was a bit heavy, and the bleeding thing came and went onto her foot.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, she blistered really big last night, and listen, it was all right. I got cream on it, and fair play to her, she was straight up to and cold water on it for ages, Yeah, it looks really sore, you know what I mean? I might have to bring her down tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. I'll put cream on it later, and then of course he hurt his ankle. Jeez, he couldn't have hurt his ankle today at 2 o'clock. Like, you know what I mean? He had to wait till he's going to bed.
That's the joys of parenthood. That's all parts of it. Yeah. I've remember kids falling downstairs and falling off trampolines, and thank God they're all grown up.
Paul, I sent you on a couple of extra photographs.
Yeah, I'll get them now. I'm just going on to Facebook here. Ryan said he sent me a private message, I think so. Oh, won't load. Yeah. There's loads on Facebook. Oh, they're all on Facebook. Michelle thing and the whole lot. Michelle Keane. Okay, I'm not finding that. So, Ryan Corcoran, can you pray for a neighbour who's dead, please? I was only I had the collar on today, so yeah, say a prayer. Yeah, if you had it told us today, we'd have said a prayer down there. But prayers for Ryan's neighbour.
Yeah.
Why are they denying planning people trying to build houses themselves? Exactly. You know, it's you know, the likes of these lads with the cabins. The guy that had to knock down his cabin the other day, and you know,
up in Dublin, yeah, that was shocking.
And then there's a big protest for
Sean Meehan.
Sean's cabin. I think there is. Is that the 19th of February or something like that? Is it? I don't know.
But I'm not sure.
We shout it out here in any way as soon as we know, don't you, Woody?
Yeah. But they're like, you know, those cabins are on their own land. It's not like they're on council land or, you know, it's on their own land.
Yeah. Like, come on, like, you know what I mean? If you can't do that in your own bleeding land, like, how many families over the years built houses and more houses and more houses, and you've sons
and extensions and everything, no planning.
But they don't want you to own property.
Exactly.
If you own property, you have the potential to be independent. If you're independent, then you can say no to the state. They want everybody to have to rely on the state for everything. Look, the simple fact of the matter is we need to get rid of the entire Dáil. We need a completely new system, a tiny government that has no bearing on our lives whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? They're just there to ensure that we have roads, and I'm trying to think of anything else. Everything else just needs to be privatized and get rid of government. We can't have them in our lives anymore, because all they're doing is destroying everything they touch. They waste. If you gave a private company the amount of money the government gets in tax receipts just from PRSI, let's say, or just from would say workers' tax rate, like a company would fucking do what Musk did. They'd build fucking spaceships that can go to Mars. Do you know what I mean? Yet our government just squanders and squanders and squanders and squanders because they've no accountability. Why have they no accountability? They've no accountability because they bought the media. They've no accountability because they convinced people, the majority of people, to take a lethal bloody injection and to stay in their homes and not travel more than 2 miles from their homes and all this crap. They pushed us, and they found out that people are malleable and weak and easily led, and etc. 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 We need to start saying no more often, and little things. Cancel your direct debits. Don't pay. I do not allow any energy company take money out of my bank account. I pay what I want when I want, and that's it. That's the relationship I've had with them for over a decade. And I advise everybody to do the same. Cancel all your direct debits. You take control of your finances and you pay them. I'm not telling anybody not to pay the bills. Look, you have to pay your bills. But you take control of your finances. Do not allow anybody put their hand into your bank account and take your money. You give. You don't allow them to take. You give it on your terms. And it's the same with everything. It's the same with car tax. My car, hello, guards listening or anything like that. I have no tax on my car because there's no government in place, and I will not be taxing my car until a government is in place.
Oh, Jesus! I never thought of that one.
Yeah,
happy days.
Yeah. So, and if a guard had stopped me today, I would have said, "Who are you? You've no authority to me. There's no government in place. Who do you answer to? When you answer to the state has no government. So, bye.
Yeah.
On your bike, jog on. We just need to get a little bit harder, and like I said, there's simple things that everybody can do that can have a huge knock-on effect. The rest of the people who are still paying their TV license, just stop. We'll try and cripple RTE and hurt them, force the government to throw them more bailouts, which will again cause controversy and piss even more people off. And you know, just little things. Delay your car tax. You know what I mean? If you have the ability,
how long can you delay it for?
if you have the ability, and you are in private employment or self-employed, please hide as much money as you can and do not give it to the government. Put it in mattresses, put it in, but I don't know, pay your staff in cash. I don't know what you have to do. Just we have to do something that will say that we can do in mass, that, you know what I mean? The people are afraid. Look, nobody wants to get arrested. I don't want to get arrested. I don't want to be roaring and shouting in the street and then get fucking tackled by 8 guards and fucking get a criminal record. I don't want that to happen. Okay. It's not constructive, and it's not useful. And me behind bars is a waste of time, and again, a waste of taxpayers' money. But there's little things we can do. We can all do together, and enough of us do it, we can start having an impact, and the government will. We might never be able to get rid of them. But we might be able to steer them if we can hurt them in the pocket enough. Another one then is when the government has announced the independence. Okay, so the party machines of Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael are too big for us to actually attack. But independence, propping up the government, slowly independence. So there's a Mr. Lowry going into government, corrupt as fuck.
Corrupted. People forget this.
This man needs to be targeted by every single nationalist social media account non-stop.
Exactly. Non-stop. We need to be stopping this man with a microphone and ask them questions. That's what we need to do. And I think I'll be the man to do that. I think
the two Muslim Healy Rays below in Kerry.
Exactly. Michelle Keenan look after that, I'd say.
Yeah. So, and who else have they got? Who I can't remember who the other ones are. I don't even know if they've been.
Is any of the Independent Ireland going in?
I don't know. I need to look into it. It's only the Healy Rays and the Lowry.
What about Kieran Mullally or any of them? Oh no, he's over in Europe, is he? Is he Europe?
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, the independence. I'll see. Can I pull a list, because I'll ask Rock again. And the independents can be targeted, and they can be put under. They can be put under extreme pressure.
Yeah. James is just saying there as well. Keep an eye on the graveyards there. Look at what the Muslims have done to the graveyards in England. Yeah, it's true. We were only talking about that earlier, James, about desecrating stuff and everything else, and the clergy are not talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. That should be mainstream media. It should be mainstream news. You know what I mean? Fair play. Tom Garvin, the way of Islam. Making way for Islam is easy because Ireland has abandoned faith in Jesus Christ. I agree with you. And they've been doing this for years. They've been targeting the younger kids. You know, they have. You know what I mean? Kids make the communion now just to get £1,000 and have a big fucking party for mommy and daddy. You know what I mean? That's the way. And keep up with the Joneses, and we'll send them off on a blading in an orchid blading carriage and with a fairy shite. Will you get a grip? Will you? It's a blading. You're supposed to be going to meet God. That's what you're doing. You're not going to. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They made it such a shit show. You know what I mean? But once it's over, then that's it. The kids don't care anymore. You know what I mean? I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. You know what I mean? So it's just ridiculous. Like, it really is. Like, you need to get back to basics here. You know what I mean? Go to mass, talk to the priest. You know, Jesus Christ, man. It's just
right. So I have the names there of the guys. So there's 2 regional independents, Michael Ring and Joe McHugh. So
Ring,
yeah. So regional independent group has secured 2 super junior ministers in government. Michael Ring is going to be the Minister of State of Rural and Community Development, and Joe McHugh, Minister of State for Education with special responsibility for Gaelic affairs and Irish language. So Michael Ring, Joe McHugh, these people need to be plagued and hounded and harassed.
Is Michael Ring, is he from Mayo?
And Michael and Danny Healy Ray and Lowry. They're the 5 that need to be targeted.
Yeah, exactly. Hi Martin, you and all, I don't know who on message. Please keeping up the good work. Prophet Simons is protect at the Dáil.
He's from Westport, County Mayo.
Yeah, I knew he was.
Where was he today? Yeah,
exactly. Where were they? Well, do you know where they were? You know what I mean? Like, what, like, where were the people? Like, seriously, I said this earlier. Like, this is your community. Like, this is Knock. This is like, I don't know how many people is in it, what the population is. A couple of hundred or something, or a couple of thousand. I don't know. It's a very small enough place. And anyway, I didn't see loads of houses around it. They're all big private houses, you know. So it's what, a couple of hundred, and they're going to put in whatever amount there. Like, what are these guys going to do? Only hang around the town, annoy people, whether it's kids or whether it's adults. It doesn't matter. The old women won't be able to walk on it. And listen, the people down there are no strangers to protesting either, because I stood on Achill Island in 2019. This is no messing. I was in the pub in Achill and I heard one of the lads come in and told me, he said, oh, did you hear they're putting 49 Albanians? And I looked at him, I said, are you for fucking real? I said, you can't let that shit happen. I said, the women walk the loop. Walk here, I said, you don't. And like I said it to a couple of the guys, and listen, I don't know whether it was because of me or not, but they started the protest outside the hotel. That protest went on for 6 months. I was at that protest a couple of times. So these people know, these people forget. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, they forget because it's not in their area and they don't know about, you know, they don't want to know about it. You're not, what was it they said? You can't veto who lives in your area. Well, it happened down there. There's nothing down there. There's a couple of Ukrainians as far as I know, but there's no, like, and rightly so, it shouldn't be down there. It shouldn't be anywhere. It shouldn't be anywhere in this country. IPAS centres being put into, look at Dundrum, didn't it double in size as soon as all them people moved into it? There's no town in this country can sustain that. There's nobody can get a doctor. There's nobody can get a dentist appointment. You go into the shops, most of them on the bleeding shelves are, you know, they're picked clean. You know what I mean? It's just, Jesus Christ, people, wake up, will you? Wake up. It's just fucking ridiculous.
And then all the schools as well, you know what I mean, where, you know, they're taking up school places as well, and then they're taking up the likes of SNAs and all that sort of stuff because they need, you know, extra help with language and whatever else, and our children are going out or having to wait a lot longer.
The Dáil has been acting outside their remit and scope for years. Also, they are embedded with British agents. Facts. I fully agree with you.
Well, I'll just tell people to look up the City of London and the corporation that is Ireland.
And just look at who your commissioner for police is, the Garda commissioner is.
Yeah.
Please go, people. You needn't look any bleeding further. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, like, I have to say. It's just, and people are just they're either on fucking drugs or they're on great money. That's what it is here. There's no in between here. You know what I mean? They're either on great money and they just don't care. You know what I mean? Because I have a good life. It's not going to touch me and it's not going to do this. Or else they have them dumbed fucking down with drugs. You're homeless or you're a druggie. You know, it's just, it boils my blood the way this country has gone, especially the way Dublin has gone. Dublin is
and fast. It knows
so fast,
so quickly. You know what I mean? This process normally takes between 20 and 50 years. It's happened to us in about 5. I know that immigration has been building since 2020, but literally it was COVID ended and IPAS started. It just literally felt like you can have
Martin, I'm gonna be honest, right? I spoke, the first night I ever spoke at anything was in Ballymun, right? It was the first protest I was at. I knew there was a protest going on, right? And I was watching everything the whole lot. And I drove from Blanche over to Ballymun and I was there and somebody just gave me the mic. I was Irish, when I was Rio Irish Freedom Party at the time. And I spoke and I told them, I said, the words I said was, we are Sweden 5 years ago. I said, so we have a couple of years to nip this in the bud, people. They were my words. I should have said we were Sweden 2 years ago because that's where we are now. Okay, we haven't got the bombings yet. We haven't got but we have the rapes. We have like it's all been brushed under the carpet. And listen, I don't give a shit. I'll call it how it is because I know it's been brushed under the carpet because I spoke to girls. I spoke to a girl in Dungarvan who was done for whatever. They ended up turning it all on her. It was her fault and she told lies and she did this and she did. I was told what happened. I've been told by loads of people what has been happening. You know what I mean? We have that young guy. Me and you were only talking about it today, Orla. The young trans guy, Aaron.
Yes,
They have video footage of that. Just because the chap is dead does not mean that's bullshit. you should still be done on that. You know what I mean? There was 3 of them involved in that. The fella who videoed it as well should be done too. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? They all should be done. End of story. I can guarantee you, if it was me, I'd still be done. You know what I mean? If I shot someone and he died, I'd be done. You know what I mean? So it's bullshit. The Gardaí are hiding shit. The media is hiding shit. They're all hiding the truth. But the truth will set you free, and we will let you know the truth, because we'll keep shouting the truth as long as you can. But you need to get out and look for the truth. The truth is there. You're on social media. You know what I mean? Just look. It's all there. You know what I mean? People aren't putting this out just for the fun of it. You know what I mean?
Get an X account. If you're not on X, or people who don't have an X account, get on X, because it really is the source of it. Now it's the same as any other social media platform. It comes with all the crazies and all the nonsense and all the other stuff. Very little porn though. That's the one thing I'll say about it, which is great.
That's exactly it. And no advertisements for it either.
So so it's a clean platform, or as clean as they get. But from a news point of view, you don't need to consume mainstream media. You don't need to consume RT. You don't need to consume newspapers or anything like that. All of the information, whether you want it local or international, is there. And most importantly, most of the people are on the ground. They can actually get you stories that as they happen. You know what I mean? There's loads of guys doing lives, the likes of Shane Smith, Philip Dwyer.
I don't know whether. Sorry, I don't know whether you get them as well, but people actually ring me and tell me things. Listen, this happened in such a place. This happened in such a place. You know, listen, you can't go to the mall and but you can't. But you just need to get the verified information. But I am getting calls about it. You know what I mean? People are ringing me and saying this happened, Paul, or that happened, Paul, or there's an iPass going in here. I used to work in Xerox here, right? And there was bed scene going in there a few weeks ago. That's ideal for an iPass center in the middle of a bleeding industrial estate. Sure, who cares? And they all get jobs in the area then, you know what I mean? It's my head's gonna explode.
I know. I know. But how people aren't putting two and two together as well. Like nearly every single day, there's either a story on a rape or there's a story on paedophilia. And like, how are people not going absolutely ballistic over that?
And then
that should be on mainstream media morning and night.
But you've this Judge Nolan given fucking...
I know. Suspended sentence. Slapping the wrist. I know.
It's just...
like that video, like, to think last week, Paul, that video we showed of the Labour Party, and there was about 50 of them that were all involved in paedophilia. That's the ones, first of all. Yeah, that's the ones that were caught. And that's only one party. Like, how many more in government? You know what I mean? Hi, Father. We were talking about you today.
How are you, Father? We had a good bit of crack about you.
But, like, again, like that, like, they're the ones that were caught. They're the ones that we know about. What about the ones we don't know about? What about all the other parties? And then what about our own? Like, how many of them are involved and we don't know about it?
Oh.
But it's nearly every day on social media where there is... a rape or some sort of child abuse.
Yeah. How are Tulsa, like that child Kyron, that child up in
2 years. 2 years he is missing. 2 years.
And somebody needs to be held accountable for this.
Yeah. Why is his mother walking around the place and she hasn't got a care in the world?
There's 42 kids gone missing since January last year or something. That was the last we heard. Now we don't know. There was one kid, a 14-year-old, found in a brothel a year after in a toilet in a brothel a year after she was reported missing. These kids are going into state care and they're being abused. That's the simple fact of it. They're being used. They're being trafficked. And I'm sorry, that's what's happening here. And this government don't want to do an inquiry because they know this is happening. O'Gorman has been overseeing this for 4 years. 5 years. Come on. And there's over 300 children missing that we even know about. Over 300. And going back to the Kyron case, why is his mother walking around like she hasn't a care in the world? I don't know.
I'm sorry, your child It's been missing for 2 years.
We don't know the ins and outs of that story. She might have left the child with somebody, or I don't know. So, you know.
But if that was your child, Paul, you would be going absolutely ballistic. You'd be up morning, noon, and night looking for your child.
He does great work on it. You know that guy, the Narrative Destroyer. He's on Twitter and he's on TikTok. He's brilliant. The Northern Ireland young fella. He's brilliant. I have to say, he really goes in depth with everything. He has about on that current thing. He has, I'd say, about 11 or 12 videos. If you go back through the timeline. And he's just, I have to say, I'll give a shout out to him there.
What's his name again?
The Narrative Destroyer. He's brilliant. He was part of he came down here and videoed the protest. Do you remember we had the lefties running? The one I got arrested at, that one. And he videoed that from both sides. You know what I mean? But they wouldn't let him do it. They ran him and kept calling him a scumbag and everything. And he wasn't involved. He was just doing the video. And then he done the video and whopper it was. You should watch it.
Actually, do you know, I've just thought of something, Paul. I'm going to send on to you from my Facebook. Hold on. This definitely is worth a shout out. Hold on a second.
I'm just going to give you, hang on a minute. Sharing tour screen. There you go. I'm just going to move you there, Ollie.
Are there the two boys, the two publicans? Put them up.
Oh, hang on. There they are there. The twins. Yeah.
So what was it called again? It was 1 second now. I'll just get the name of the pub again. It is the Rock Bar in Newmarket, County Cork.
Happy days when we're down there.
If you're in Newmarket, County Cork, go in and drop a few pounds inside there. Creamy.
It's their bar, is it?
Yeah. Creamy far right pints.
Yeah. Creamy far
right pints.
And he's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, I know two. I said two lovely young fellas. Who are those now? Who are those people?
Well, Orla is there. Obviously, he's on holidays.
Move on. We won't be doxing people.
Yeah.
I'm just firing into the chat there for it's only going out to people watching on YouTube, but the government figures for iPass are available weekly, so you can actually see who's going where and how many people are coming in. And it's like. For the second week of the year, over 93 single males, lots of couples, a lot of people after coming into the country just this week into the iPass system, and I guarantee you they're massaging the figures as well. So I'm just going to put that into the chat there so people can go and see for themselves how many people are coming into the country, how many iPass centers there is, how many emergency tented accommodation there is, etc. And everybody knows that Ukrainian money is drying up, so the Ukrainians are all getting kicked out, and anywhere there is Ukrainians, you will have iPass applicants. And have a look at the figures, have a look at the countries they're coming from. There are countries that are listed as safe countries, and yes,
like Georgia.
Send that into the private chat for me, will you? Send that into the private chat.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, please.
But everybody should be looking at this on a weekly basis, just so you know how many's in your area, what countries they come from, whether it's single males, whether it's families, whether it's children, couples, whatever. But just inform yourself. If you have the knowledge, you can debate anybody in relation. You can go after your local councillor, you can go after your local TD, you can go after anybody supporting this. Go after the businesses. People need to understand why we have a word called boycott in our language, and they need to understand what was done to Lord Boycott. And how they dealt with him, and how they made that man leave. So it was a case of people just look into where the word boycott comes from in language, and read what happened and act accordingly, because that's what we need to start doing to anybody supporting the destruction of our people, and anybody supporting iPass, whether you be the owner of the building facilitating it, taking government money for it, whether you be the company providing services, whether that be facility services or food services or cleaning services or anything like that. These companies need to be called out and ostracized. Whether you be working security, those companies need to be called out, and the people working there need to be called out. If you're Irish doing it, you need to go find a job somewhere else doing something else, and if they're foreigners, they need to be just called out. anything you can do to disrupt and make life uncomfortable for anybody providing any services to these IPAS centers. And look, there's other things that can be done as well, but we won't talk about that out loud.
Well, there, let's just have a look. This is report up to the 8th of the 1st. This is last week. You know what I mean? Look at this. Total arrivals last week, average of 31 arrivals per day. 82 single males, 26 single females, 42 couples, 59 children, and 10 lone parents. So that's kids as well. So how many kids? So the kids must be involved in this 59 then.
Yeah, they break it down into those categories. But just scroll up to the numbers. So 200. So this is the first week after Christmas.
219 arrivals, in that week.
Yeah, and if you go to the next one and download the next one,
I will. I have it downloaded, but I just want to say, okay, couples 42. Okay, so 59. Yeah, okay, now grand. I was thinking something else.
And couples as well will be more men.
Hang on. Okay, so let's have a look at the countries here, right? So you've got Nigeria. Yeah. Nigeria is not a war-torn country.
No, neither is Somalia.
There's conflict between Muslims and Christians.
Yes.
But there is no reason for a Nigerian to claim asylum in Ireland whatsoever. Also, if you were, as an Irish person, to go to Nigeria, you cannot become a citizen. You cannot become a politician. You cannot. You actually have to prove your genetic ancestry to hold any sort of position in Nigeria, and I think Somalia as well. So there's a double standard there. They come here and claim that, they want to change Ireland and they want to do this to Ireland and blah, 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 blah. Yet if you go to their country as a white person, they will tell you to go F yourself. And you will have no rights whatsoever. Pakistan, no conflict in Pakistan. Georgia, no conflict in Georgia. Bangladesh.
Bear in mind, Martin, Georgia has been ranked safer than Dublin. And that came out by, is it their president said that?
Yeah. Afghanistan, I would not have an issue with taking a tiny number of women and children from Afghanistan. I would say a reasonable figure would be 50 per year. And that is the amount of asylum applications we should take from Afghanistan per year. Sorry, we should entertain 50. I'm not saying 50 should be approved, but we should entertain 50 applicants. India, there is no reason for any Indian person to be claiming asylum in Ireland. Here,
okay. While I was campaigning, this is no messing, right? A Pakistani guy come over to me, or an Indian guy come over to me, right? And I thought he was handing me back my leaflet, right? I really did, right? And he says to me, and he walked over and he shook my hand. He said, I agree fully with you on the migration thing, he says, and I have 10 friends, he says, and they will all vote for you because of this. He said, my country, India, he said, we let in 30 million migrants into the country and it ruined the country, he said. That's why I'm here. They were his words. Now, you know what I mean? That was from the horse's mouth. So they let in 30 million of them. Like, I know there's probably, is there 900 million in India or whatever?
No, there is. India has 1 point, isn't it? 1 point,
billion,
1.2 billion. Yeah, 1.2 billion in India. I'm just looking at that chart. What is other? Look at the size of it.
Other could be Ukrainian, could be
anywhere. Could be anywhere.
Anywhere else. American, Canadian.
I'll see if I can get a breakdown of it.
I have other stuff. I have the other one downloaded there as well.
Yeah, so 49 IPAS centres. There is 269 emergency accommodation. So the emergency accommodation is the one that's really draining the state coffers, like, because they're spending millions and millions per week on that. National Reception Centre. I like that.
One centre, 207, of whom 77 are children. City West Transit Hub, 1 centre, 440, of whom 0 are women and children, all male. And then we have tented accommodation, 6 centres, 794 in there, of whom 0 are women and children.
So go back to the emergency accommodation and look at the figure there.
Yeah.
So 24,689. So imagine the cost of, first of all, they're paying millions to these unscrupulous developers, etc., that own the properties, and these fake companies that own the properties. But there's also a second layer of cost. There's feeding, there's security, there is, maintenance, facilities management, cleaning contracts, stuff like that, because there's full cleaning services in these. It's like living in a hotel. You know what I mean? Everything is done for you. So it needs to. It just needs to stop. It just needs to stop. And the only way we can stop is by forcing the government to listen.
Yeah.
And the only way you will force the government to listen is by essentially shutting down the country in relation to just stop, take control of your, that's the best way to word it. You take control of your payments to the state, and you stop cooperating. Just say no. Just say no. That's it. Just say no to everything. Just say no.
But
no,
look at last year's figures. From the 31st of December, sorry, the 5th of the 4th, in a year. Now, that hasn't only gone up 6,000. They've let in more than 6,000.
The figures are massaged, and there's probably an awful lot more illegals that don't go through the system, that are living in, there's 20 of them living in a house, and they're all working.
Come down from the north, and don't even go through the iPass system. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, they're 20 of them living in the house, and they're all cousins working for their uncle's chipper. You know what I mean? And you'll see 2 of them on Monday, and then 2 of them on Tuesday, and 2 of them on Wednesday.
One gets out of bed and the other gets in. Yeah. They're all working night shift. They're all probably driving the same taxi. I'll give you a good one. Speaking about taxis, I probably told you this a few weeks ago. A friend of my dad's he's a mechanic, I think he is, and he had a brand new taxi, 24D, blah blah blah, electric one. And he had it registered as a taxi, the whole lot. You know what I mean? He got the test and done what he had to do. And he had it lying there. And he rented it out to a Pakistani or an Indian fella. I don't know what he was. He was one of them. He was one of them anyway, right? So we rented it out to them. And he just happened to be in the garage, I think 2 weeks later or 2.5 weeks later. And he seen the car in the garage. And he went into the mechanic. He said, "What's the car in for?" I said, "A bulb needs to be changed in the front, blah, 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 blah." So your man looked at it, and there was fucking nearly 20,000 kilometers on. I think it was 4 weeks he had it. There was nearly 20,000 kilometers on the fucking clock. And what he found out was the car was being worked 24 hours a day. 3 different drivers doing 8-hour shifts constantly in it, constantly. Now he wouldn't have known that. Like, that car had been given back to him in 6 months' time with about 300,000 or 400,000 fucking miles on it. So he knocked it on the head, took it off your man there and then, and told him to fuck off. Like. But that's what they're doing. They're walking around the clock in these taxis. And there's guys just giving them these taxis. You don't give a shit. Let them do it. They're not even asking them for fucking ID. You know what I mean? Oh, you have your tests, yeah, grand, yeah. The same guy is doing all the tests. You know what I mean? I might get them to do mine on Wednesday. Fuck's sake. But here we go. Look at this. Dún Laoghaire Rathdown has 1,356 of them.
But look at Carlow. Carlow, right? I'm looking at it on the telly. 442 for Carlow, and Kilkenny is 169.
Yeah.
And Carlow, like, what is Carlow? The second smallest county.
County Cavan has 156. Look at Clare.
Yeah, I know.
There you go, Clare, 990. Yeah, but I'd say a lot of them are in the tented accommodation here, like what we saw up here. Hold on, tented accommodation, 794. You know, there's probably half of them in there. You know what I mean? In Cork City, Cork County. Look, there's 2,000. There's nearly 2,100 in there. Look at Donegal, 2005.
Yeah.
Dublin City, Fingal County. Look at 2,436. Look at Mayo. Jesus Christ, Mayo is riddled with them. Mayo nearly has 3,000 in them, for Jesus' sake. Like
1667 in Mayo.
There was a mate of mine on to me the other day. He's a bus driver now, and he told me, he said, "Paul, I'm going to be honest with you." He said, "I've been looking at them." He said, a lot of these foreigners are walking." He said, he drives the bus. He sees them all in the morning. He says, but lately he's been seeing the stragglers about 11 o'clock, you know, just getting out of bed, the ones that are on the labour, the whole lot, and just going into town and for the crack. And he said he's had to copping it over the last few months. You know, over the last few months driving, he cops, well, these are the ones that are walking. These are the ones that are doing whatever, you know what I mean? And they're up and down on the bus all bleeding day, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, what else will he do? Should he get leap cards and everything? Like, so why wouldn't he be jumping on off the bleeding bus? You know, and our own lads can't even afford a bleeding breakfast roll. You know what I mean?
I know.
And Merchants Quay is overrun with foreigners. 85%. The Irish people won't go in there anymore because of the foreigners. Like, come on, you know what I mean?
I know.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Look, you know what I mean? It really is. Look,
you know.
Look at Wicklow. Wicklow has 1465.
Yeah.
Wow. So who has the most? Let's just see. Dublin, is it? No.
Dublin City.
Dublin. Yeah, but look at South Dublin. There's nearly 4,000 in South Dublin. There's nearly 3-4, so that's 7,500. And Fingal, that's 7, 8, 9. That's 10,000 in Dublin. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, man! It's a beggar's belief, like.
Yeah, so look, it's good. It's a good tool to have access to, and everybody should be looking at this and informing themselves what the figures are. So you can call it out, and it for the most part it's updated weekly. Now, I don't believe the figures are 100% accurate. I think it's an awful lot more than that, but it's to say it's a good starting point, especially when you're talking about the countries. Like, what I can't understand is we have an Indian and Pakistani migration problem, not asylum problem. You know what I mean? There are a lot of people coming here legally through visa systems, etc., and stuff like that that are being abused and going into positions that they potentially don't have the qualifications to do. So I have evidence of that in the health service and in certain tech jobs where these guys are coming with fake, bought fake certs and documentations and college degrees, etc.
ChatGPT done up to fucking.
But how could we have what's perceived as legal migration from a country like India, but also be accepting asylum seekers from India? Or how could there be Indians in the IPAS center if there are? How can there be Nigerians in the IPAS system if there are Nigerians who are coming here through our supposedly legal normal migration system? So again, these are questions that need to be put to the politicians on the street. These are the questions we need to be asking these people, and watch them. They'll probably do a Micheál Martin line. Have you no empathy? No, fuck you, Micheál Martin.
No, I haven't.
I'll show you what empathy is if I ever meet you in person. But like, look, we're I'm not going to say we're losing, but we're losing. That's the easiest way to say it. Because
seriously,
there's not enough of us. There's not enough.
There's not enough of us. And let's be honest about it, right? Okay, I'm not going to tar them all with the same brush. I'm not going to say they're all this and they're all that. But out of 32,000 illegal immigrants that come into this country, there's going to be a couple of thousand bad apples, lads. Now, come on. You know what I mean? You're not losing the documentation for nothing. You're losing your documentation because you want to start a new life here and start doing the shit you used to do over there. That's what this is all about. You know what I mean? You know, Palestinian territory occupied. Okay, listen, I get that. We knew we were going to get them. We knew. Like,
well, they can all go home now. Ceasefire's been called.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Yes,
bye-bye. On the plane. Bye. Off you go. Go home.
But they can all go home now. They can all go home after Monday because Trump will stop all of this.
Yeah.
This will all stop. I'm telling you now, this will fucking stop.
Paul, that list did you have up there now? What is that?
That's
the list you have there now.
Occupancy breakdown.
That's the official numbers, yeah.
No, but is that asylum or what is that exactly?
IPAS.
It's the IPAS, yeah.
So IPAS, that's international. Are you saying that's international protection?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Why is Egypt on that? Look at Egypt at the top. Why is Egypt 445 from Egypt? Egypt's not in war.
No. Albania.
Look at Morocco. You can go and
war.
No, but look at Morocco. You can go and be a tourist to Morocco.
Yeah.
Brazil. Why in God's creation is Brazil on that?
Yeah. But there's exactly what Martin just said. Brazilians come in here and walk here all the time. They're coming in legally. So why would you come in here?
My estate is half Brazilian. My estate is half Brazilians.
Listen, I had 2 Brazilian girls looking after the kids when they were younger. They were great kids. They were good, they were great workers and they were brilliant. But they came in legally. They were they were studying here. They were good. Yeah, they were good, genuine kids. You know what I mean? They were working and everything. But like, why does 123 need to come in from Brazil without passports? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we don't know who they are.
I can go on Ryanair this evening and book a holiday in Morocco.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Sure, I can go online now and fucking get a weekend in Kiev. Come on, you know what I mean? It beggars belief, like.
And people need to look at that as well. You see where it's saying the single males, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But think of couples. Couples are also going to be men. Not couple, like, you know what I mean? Like, as in, half those couples are going to be men as well.
Well, anyone can be a woman now. You know, let's be honest, like, you know what I mean? Anyone can, you know what I mean? So they could be coming in as couples. You wouldn't know. Yeah.
Well, more than likely, it's going to be a man and a woman. But you just split that in half. That's over 100 men.
Yeah, but why is it? Why is it supposed? Why would it be? You know what I mean? They're fleeing Palestine. Like they throw gay people off buildings in Palestine, and them places. Like, you know what I mean? That's what they do. And then you have these gobshites flying the rainbow flag beside the Palestinian flag. Did these people not know what happens in Palestine? They throw people off buildings and Iraq and all them places. That's what they do. But these, oh no, I'm here, I'm queer. Well, go flying off the building when you go there. That's what you do. Yeah. Walk down the street with your rainbow flag and see how far you fucking get in Palestine. You know, get a grip. New arrivals, single males. When was that?
Did you see that? Yeah, did you see that? Go down to the children. Like, how come they're not in under with lone parents and guardians? So are these children coming in by themselves?
You know, yeah. See, you don't know that they leave it open to interpretation, don't they?
Because that like, if that's the case, then why aren't they coming in under, you know, lone parents and guardians? Because, you know, they would be over the children. So are these children coming in by themselves? And where are they going? What's happening to them?
No, I'd say what's happening here is that there's 17 children, and that goes from between the lone parent and the married partner. You know what I mean?
But then why aren't they under families?
Because that's how do we know
children? How do we know children aren't coming in here by themselves?
Well, there you go. They could be covering her up. They could be. Listen, this is it. There needs to be a proper breakdown. Child, mother, father, or you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't know who these people are. You know what I mean?
No.
But look at the arrivals: 2022, 2023, 2024. Look at 2024. It's off the charts, like. But they look at 2021, or is it 21? 22 in red. 22 in red. Look, boom.
Yeah.
All the way up then to December. If you remember, it was 2022, November 2022. The protest started in East Wall. And that's it there. Look, there it is there. And then boom, it started gradually going up. And then we're into 2023. It was up. And then they started to drop and it leveled off. That's only to give you a bit of false hope that it's dropping off. I'd say the doctor as well. And then you go to November, December, and then you hit 2024. Boom. Look at 2024. Jesus Christ, man. And then now there's a steady flow now. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's from, that's what that's from. But then we can go iPass weekly accommodation and arrival statistics. That's the same one. Okay.
Yeah, that's the same one. Yeah.
Same one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But then I sent you on a Facebook post from Nick Delahunty on the research he done. Look at the money. That's one person.
Yeah.
I sent it on to you there a minute ago. That's why they're doing it.
Where did you send it to me? On WhatsApp?
I sent you 3 things by WhatsApp, just stuff this week.
Well, I tell you what I'm going to go with here now. While Martin's off there. Philip Dwyer done a video the other day of a place called Avon in Wicklow.
Right.
Have a watch of this now. This is the next one.
Good evening, folks. This is Philip Dwyer here, citizen journalist. Just decided to come out here this evening to do a little report here on this property in Blessington, County Wicklow. It's now called the Avon. It used to be formerly known as the Avonry. It was kind of a hotel, holiday, leisure facility here in Blessington. Now, it has been used to house Ukrainians over the last number of years, since 2022, I think. And it's just been a news report there from RTE to say now that these Ukrainians are being moved out of this facility, and they are going to be relocated, obviously, to somewhere less luxurious, let's call it. So apparently the local Ukrainians here and the people who've been staying here aren't happy. So we're hearing now that the plan is possibly to vacate this property and to fill it up with international protection applicants, which we all know are basically scam artists who are coming over to Ireland. At least 90% of them aren't fleeing war or persecution, but they are just using the Irish system, using and abusing it, and coming over here to hopefully get free accommodation. They're economic migrants, and I'm sure the people of Blessington now won't be very happy when they see this. And I suppose, you know, as I said, the Ukrainians, well, it looks like when Trump comes into power, that war in Ukraine is going to be ended fairly soon, please God, and the madness will stop there. So these Ukrainians can go back to their own countries and help to rebuild their own country, please God. And as I said, I got a nice gentleman here pass by, and he said local people aren't happy with this situation if it's going to occur. It's not confirmed yet. Apparently the people who are who own or are in charge of this facility now are the same people who are in charge of Capure, and Capure is in the Wicklow Mountains, not too far from here. And there was huge controversy while they had built 60 permanent structures on that site, right beside a pristine, idyllic location, river in the mountains, and absolutely no planning permission. And a local councillor here called Jerry O'Neill was the man who highlighted this. He got it debated in the council chambers, and they made an order for these properties to be knocked down. So we're still waiting. That's under appeal right now, guys. This is I suppose a serious thing now for Blessington, for the safety of the women and children. Absolutely top of the range, luxurious houses here to be given. And as I said to the local man, wouldn't it be wonderful? Wouldn't we all be singing, jumping for the rafters if they were able to put homeless Irish people, young married couples maybe on HAP into these houses, give them cheap rent, and you know, the owners, it would be a win-win for everybody, the owners and the Irish tenants, homeless people who are in dire needs of accommodation, and young Irish families who are in dire need of accommodation. So that's the latest here from the Avon. It's suspected to be now used for international protection, folks. I'll leave it at that. Thanks very much.
Wow.
Paul, I know that place. I've been in it a few times doing charity events there. It's huge. Yes. I've done charity events there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And like there's loads of houses there. I thought they were all like owned or would say, you know, like used as holiday houses and that. But like they have events and all that there, because like there's a restaurant there. There's like an upstairs area, you know, like I've been to different things like would say, you know, charity events, and you know, they could have markets there and all that sort of stuff. And they do a load of sports things because it's right there, you know, where the lake is.
Yeah. Yeah,
like that's a big place.
Now I stayed.
A lot of people in there.
I stayed in the what's the big one, Knightsbrook, last year, right? And at night at about 10 o'clock, they were bussing in. You'd see them bussing in 2 or 3 bus loads back in, and they were staying in the houses, lovely houses there, right? But now I found out afterwards that they were fruit pickers, that they were brought in, that these were fruit pickers, and they were put up there. You know, there was some contract, but they were all foreigners. Like there was no, you know, and they were all black. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. You know what I mean?
Well, the last time I was there was in December, and I was at an event there, and you know, there wasn't that many people around, but anyone I saw that was around were, you know, there were white people. So I didn't think anything of it because I thought either there's people renting those houses or they're holiday lets. But Paul, there's loads of those houses. Like they're going to fit in an awful lot of people there. That's quite a large area.
Yeah. It's crazy, like, you know what I mean? It really is. It is. I was looking at it. But that's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's happening everywhere. But
people need to realize that, you know, the people who are allowing this to happen, like, look at the money they're getting paid. Look at the thing I sent you on with Nick Delahunty, where he has everything broken down. Like, there's one person, and he was nearly going bankrupt.
Yeah.
It's all the same names from if you can cross reference a lot of the names of guys who were getting money. They were on the NAM list as well. The developers who lost out or got the properties, got their debts written off through the NAMA fiasco. And they're all just getting all their money back. And look, the level of corruption, and you know, we can't really talk about it for safety reasons, but the amount of organized crime that's also involved in the iPass scam it's astounding. If people just use the right search engine, you can find out the information. But like I said, it's dangerous to talk about it online, or talk about it live. But there is criminal entities behind this as well, in lockstep with elected representatives. So, you know.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, like, it really is. Yeah. I'm just trying to pull down something here.
It's just, as I said, what infuriates you so much is the money that's going into all this, and yet our own people are lying on the streets. It's just unbelievable. Yeah. And how people are just putting up with it. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, it's really strange that, like, more people, like, I was doing a little exercise in Grok about school places in Ireland, just finding out how, you know, what the shortage was and what the, like, everybody is actually affected by this in some way, whether it be you can't get a bus for your kids to go to school, or you can't get a place in the school, or you can't get childcare. Massive issue with trying to get see a doctor. You know, a million people on waiting lists in the HSE, hospitals overrun. It affects everybody, every single person it affects, and everybody. Like, fucking fuel again is fucking hitting €2. Like, everybody's pocket being affected by this, and everybody's just sitting there and taking it. They're just
yeah.
They don't want to talk about it. They want to do. Sure, it'll be grand. It'll be grand. It'll be grand.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know. I think something really bad is going. But then again, you say really bad. We've had beheadings, we've had women murdered, we've had fucking huge amounts of rape, kids gone missing, children stabbed, and then I'm thinking that something really bad needs to happen. Like, the really bad is being normalized, isn't it? And everybody's being desensitized. We're just going to accept that Ireland is going to be a shithole, the same as parts of the UK and Sweden and all the other shithole countries. We just accept that Ireland is now a shithole, and you just have to accept the fact that you're not safe in your own country anymore, and you're not safe in your own home anymore. We just accept it. Is that it?
If anyone has Anthony Casey's interview with Philip from today, throw it up there, and I'll see if I can get it. But listen, I want to go with. I just want to play. Hang on, no, that was knock. Did you all see what happened the other day? Now, it's only a minute long. The guy parked outside the mosque and left his car there, and nothing to get up.
Oh, was this in Talbot Street?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man! Watch this here.
Just out of curiosity, before you play that, is the methadone clinic still in Talbot Street? There used to be a big methadone clinic for the junkies there. Is that gone, or is it still there?
I don't know. I wouldn't have a clue now.
It'd be a funny interaction with the junkies mixing with.
No, my niece would give out stink to you for saying that, because
look, it's
I know, I get that.
I'm not saying it is disrespectful.
No, I know.
You know from living in the city that fucking heroin is a fucking scourge.
I used to say that, okay, and she said to me, Paul, no, they're not. They're clients, okay, because she feeds them. You know what I mean? She sees them, the other side of them, like, you know what I mean? And
Well,
no, that's the way
you're 100% right. They're human beings, and heroin is and always will be a scourge. So
this is just part of the plan. This is just part of the plan to get rid of everybody. Yeah. No. I'm just saying. Yeah, listen.
I know what you're saying. No, you're can I say? You know what? Language is important, and you're absolutely 100% right. And we do need to be more careful with how we say things. And it is unfair of me to to use that term to describe fucking junkies.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I'm gonna play this now. All right, I'm just waiting to pull down a video there, but we'll play this one. This is funny. Now this is. And the guards are scratching their fucking heads. Just move the car.
Yeah.
Come on, everything backed up. Hello there, Mr. Casey. How are you? Good to see you.
How are you doing, guys? Yeah,
them cheap fucking German cars.
Oh,
it's a sad state of affairs when you have to slash your own tires to go for a pint.
Yeah.
Oh, what a disaster! Everyone got away, and I was there pumping the thing up and putting that gick in it, and all rolling around the car park. And I'm in Ballyhonest now.
Have you run flats on that?
No, I don't think so.
Normal tires. No spare wheel now.
No, you know all these new cars have the fucking little gick they give you with the compressor.
Yeah. No good. I actually had plugs in my car. It's pity I didn't meet you. I have the expertise to plug the hole for you.
Well, you know what though, Ballyhonest is a fine place for a pint. I knocked around, got a chat with the locals. Yeah, good point there. So
good.
Well, get in the room really. Sorry, but look, you win some, you lose some.
It was a good day. Good day today.
It was a good day. It was nice to meet everyone.
Yeah, good day. Yeah, absolutely. Networking. Philly Dwyer did the live feed on the ground.
Brilliant. We were looking for your one.
Yeah, we were trying to find it, but we can't find it so far. Just
it's
maybe did you upload it?
No, not yet.
Well, it's in the live stream. It's about an hour 20 minutes in or something, like 10 minutes.
All right, okay.
But it's long enough. It's about 10 minutes long of an interview.
Yeah.
I
just pulled down Tom's one there.
Did you? Yeah. How long are you on for, Paul? I can send you we're probably. Are you on for until 11? Or are you on till 11?
No, we've another 28 minutes left, so we may as well have the after show party now. You know what
I mean? I'll send you there by WhatsApp real quick if you want.
Have you got a cup?
I'd say Anthony's half steam there now. How many pints do you have?
I had 2 pints, and it's good an hour ago now.
You liar!
You're like my alpha, you were. I only had 2.
Yeah, we believe that now. We believe it, yeah.
There was a load of outlets down there, all hiding on their missuses. You know, it was great.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can add it here, Paul, while we're talking, shite.
And Danny will see the good news. I had sent it on to Paul. I don't know if you want to show the clip of it. Of people down in Cork and the new bike shed saga. Where they spent another 330,000 on what looks like a garden shed.
It's a fireman's rest.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
it's
thinking,
just,
I'm thinking of buying a few of them and trying to fucking resell them onto the government, like, you know what I mean?
yeah. But there's another 330,000 just on a like something ridiculous again.
Hold on, let me see if I can check this one. One sec.
Yeah. Yeah. Going on.
Do you know?
Right, I tell you what I'm going to go with. We'll go with Tom's thing now. I have it downloaded there now. So we'll go with Tom's.
His is only a couple of minutes long anyway. It's not long.
4 minutes. I think it's 4.5 minutes long. I cut it down. Philip had a thing up and there was about 11 minutes of it. And to be honest with you, Michelle things is 11 minutes long as well. So I don't know. You know what I mean? But it was a great speech, I have to say. You know what I mean? It really was. So we play Tom there now and we'll come back.
I've asked you to say a few words. All I can say is it's very hard, a very difficult act to follow. But my heart lies with that man, Corky, the man who led the advance into Athlone. That man, to me, is an absolute hero. And I hope, and we all wish him well today, that he makes a full recovery and that he takes care of his health, because he was critically ill in Castlebar. That was very clear to us. Anyway, I asked to say a few words, and I find myself in a position that I find it's going to be hard to find those few words. So if I make it short, let it be so. First of all, I will a couple of notes that I want to make sure I get right.
This man became a bit of a viral icon when he made a speech in the train and went all over the world.
First of all, I want to remember one of the great leaders of Dublin, Big Jim Larkin, and his statement, his epitaph, if you like, in O'Connell Street is, "The great appear to be great because we are on our knees." We may well be on our knees, but we're not begging, and we're not bowing to what I see as a dictatorship, a totalitarian state, a state that is forcing integration on people that are Christian. North, south, east and west, look at the Celtic crosses. Look at the culture that bore us. Look at the fine monuments to Christianity that we have and to protect. And no less than here. Knock is a very central and very sensitive area. And the very idea of putting in an alien culture to cause rancor here, the very least you could say it's mischievous, but it is targeted and it is vindictive against the people. And I read it as such. Knock is a place of peace and serenity. And you can tell, although the weather today isn't the ideal, that this is a place somebody might come to for comfort and peace. But that is not the intention of the government. We are basically here today in solidarity with the people of Knock. Whether they know that or not, it is our intention to support them and to protect their way of life here. The Irish government policy is trying to make Knock a place of conquest, division and desecration. And we, the people, will uphold our Christian tradition, because nearly everyone here is confirmed to defend the faith. When you're confirmed, you defend the faith. It is part of a contract, and most Irish people will honour that, unlike the government. So in final few words, I would say, I'll go back to a few words from Pádraig Pearse, which I've quoted before, but in Kilmainham jail, there's a scrawled message on the wall on the left-hand side going down, where the prisoners of 1916 were incarcerated. And it reads, "Beware of the risen people." I saw that probably 40 years ago, and I thought no more, until I came across Pearse's poem, "The Rebel." I only need to read a few lines from it, but this is Pearse's prophecy, really. He said, beware, he said, of the thing that is coming. Beware, he said, of the risen people. Beware, he said, for they shall take what ye would not give. And I finish on that note.
Hear, hear. Well said. There's a man who's well able to speak very eloquently and gracefully.
There's a lady that you will all know.
The pure heart of Ireland.
Hi, Michelle. How are you doing?
You should get him on the show sometime, Paul. He's
yeah.
Did you speak to him afterwards? Yeah.
No, he went one way, and I was walking beside him for a minute or two, and then someone started talking to him. And listen, he's a popular man, you know what I mean, and he's a good man. He's a very good man, you know. He really is. You know. But we will, yeah. We get him on the show, yeah. Of course we will, yeah. I just want to see, can I pull up this? What did you say, Anthony? It's going to take a few minutes.
No, I sent you a link to your email, Paul. You can download it there. My phone, I've been deleting stuff all day trying to upload it. I can't even upload it to my own X.
Where did you send it to me? Me email?
Your email, yeah. And you'll have a link, and you click, and it'll be downloaded. But yeah, there was a decent turnout. It was a bit of a miserable day. I would have hoped there'd be more there, to be honest, but it is what it is. Corky sent me a bit of information about a rape in Ballina last night.
Okay, we've been talking about that.
Yeah. You were talking about that already?
No, we just
mentioned it.
We said that there was alleged rape. We didn't comment anymore, but you have more information on it, have you?
I got a sense where it happened and stuff like that. I haven't got a whole lot more information. That all we know is that.
Well, let's not talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't mean let's not talk about it. Like, we can talk about, you know what I mean. But like, if we haven't got verified information, and we're just speculating here, and we don't know who the perpetrator was. We don't know who.
No, we don't. Speaking about Ballina, there was. Did you see the Ballina Chapel that Corky was calling out? All the windows got smashed there 2 days ago.
No.
Yeah, they were quite upset about it because they're the old style windows, you know. They cost a few pounds, and when you go there, you see the memorial garden, and this is a place that's earmarked for iPass. But yeah, they smashed it, and the lads are kind of saying this is not right. It's almost as if they're trying to make it out someone else did it, you know. But it's nasty stuff, you know.
Look at Canada and France. Look at the amount of vandalism on churches across Canada and France. The amount of churches burnt down. Look, this is war, people. If you want to keep our ethnicity and you want to keep our Christianity, you're going to have to fight for it. It's as simple as that. And anybody not willing to fight, well, you're just handed away everything it means to be Irish.
Yeah. Paul, you're on mute, I think.
I just saw a question there, like about the councillors. Well, there was, Tom McDonald was there today, but sure, he's from Kildare.
Yeah, he's from Kildare. Gavin Pepper was there. He's from
Dublin.
Yeah,
Gavin, yes, right. No. Sure.
Michelle Keane from Kerry.
Michelle Keane was there. Lads, I'm going to be honest with you. This, right, her thing is 11 minutes long, right? And I really think it was a powerful talk in front of the people. So can we just play it? We've 20 minutes left, so we'll just go with this, can we? If you don't mind, I can share it out here, and you know, yeah, I'm gonna share this out. Okay, hang on, where are we? Boom. I have it there. Now, I thought this was a powerful speech, so I think we'll just go with this, and we'll come back in a minute. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
People of Ireland, people of Knock, people of Mayo, and the diaspora abroad that are watching in England. I'm honoured and privileged to be invited and to be here today to speak on behalf of us Christian Catholics of Ireland. You know, I can remember as a child leaving Castleisland on the bus, coming up to Knock, and we'd start the rosary. God, I don't know how many amounts of rosaries we do by the time we got to Knock, but we'd come here, we'd be here for the night vigil, we'd leave again at about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and be back home down to Kerry. So I have fond memories of Knock. But look, the best of people in the world came to Knock. Pope John Paul II came here to celebrate the 100 years of Our Lady's apparition here in Knock. Mother Teresa came here in 93, and Pope Francis came here, along with also afterwards Joe Biden. But it's symbolic today that it's raining here today, as we all, great Irish Catholic Christians, congregate here. Because when Our Lady appeared to the 15 parishioners for over 2.5 hours, it rained also. So maybe this will send its own message to Our Lady that she's watching over us now, and we are feeling very blessed to be here today. I suppose the unique thing about Knock was it was the most silent apparition of all the Marian apparitions throughout the world. When you think of Our Lady of Guadalupe, then it went on to Lourdes, where she appeared to Bernadette, and then when, she decided to bring the whole family and entourage to Knock, to send a powerful message, like, why Knock? Why Ireland? She had a very symbolic message, a very silent message, the Lamb of God, to help the suffering and give hope to the people who were distressed in need. She chose Knock, and we are here privileged today to be here. I recently went about 2 years ago to Malta for 3 days with my kids. And this lady in a hotel came over to me and said, "You look like a very spiritual person. You need to go to Chapino, to Our Lady of Chapino." And I said, "I never heard of that. Where is that?" And she said, "Well, you'll get a boat across there to Gozo Island." And Our Lady appeared in Chapino. It's very symbolic, like Knock, up on a hill, in a country area, country village. And Knock, to me, is the home of spirituality and Christianity in Ireland and in the world. And, we have to be grateful for what we have. I'm very disappointed now to think that none of the clergy, where are the is there a bishop? Is there any of the bishops here in Ireland here? Is the Archbishop of Ireland here? Did Father Richard Gibbons come out from the Presbytery to be here today with the people of Ireland? Okay. I mean, when I look at the corruption that's gone on in this country, I mean, are we now facing one of the most corrupt countries in the world, that we will sell our soul of Christianity, for greed, of iPass centres? I mean, if this is allowed to happen in Knock, I believe this is the biggest insult we could give God and Our Lady by doing this. We have no one to thank but our own politicians are corrupt, in my opinion. And it is my constitutional right to free speech with An Bunreacht. And I am stating that it is our corrupt politicians like Micheál Martin, who I believe, and in my opinion, is a traitor. And I believe Simon Harris is a traitor. And I believe Minister Helen McEntee is a traitor. And I believe everyone in that Dáil that night that signed the EU Migration Pact into law in this country are traitors. And the ones that showed up and didn't show up, and they had various excuses for not showing up, are the biggest traitors of them all. But we need to go back to basics and start looking at the Bibles, particularly the chapter on Revelation, the book of Revelations. I'd implore you all to read that. You'll have to read it maybe 2 or 3 times to get the gist of it. But you'll see the message in that. Look at the wildfires in Los Angeles and Hollywood. Look at the message God sent there, and Our Lady. Her statue, along with St. Joseph's, along with the Chapel of Divine Mercy, were 3 of the most iconic pieces that were saved amongst the wildflowers. So I'm actually not afraid myself of anything anymore in life, because I've got Our Lady behind me. I've the backing of God and Our Lady. And so have Ireland. But we need to remember this. We need to go back to our churches, start lighting candles in our churches. This is a time of change, a time of reckoning in our country. And, you know, it's also a time to weed out the evil, because always remember, people here today, good will always outweigh evil. And, you know, if we allow all these iPass centres here into Cork, or into Knock, into Knock, they're in Cork as well, they're in Kerry, right? But if we allow this into Knock, right, by default, does this mean that, you know, our bishops and priests then will say, well, we can start preaching Allah now from the altars here to be, you know, we're not a Muslim country. We're a Catholic country. I've gone abroad many times on spiritual journeys to the Himalayas, to every different parts of the world. And I, as a woman, would have to stand outside a Muslim temple. I would not be allowed in. I remember walking in one time through my naivety, my first time ever, just to have a gawk and see what would carry on like. And I had shoes, oh my God, I had my shoes on and everything. You should have seen the way I was railroaded out of there like. I mean, you know, we are not going to allow Allah be taught from any pulpit in Ireland. And may God forgive any priest or bishop that allows that type of misconduct to happen with our religion. May God forgive them. So I'm going to finish today with a decade of the Rosary for a miracle now from Our Lady to intervene and prevent these iPass centres happening in Knock, because she has the power. She is the queen of them all. So our Father, who are...
Yeah, that was very good. Even watching it again.
It really was, yeah, really was. And she's right. Like, a Muslim country, you can't walk into mosques and, like, I had a video there I was going to show last week. I think I still have it there, but we'd show it again, of a girl in Australia. Did you see anyone see that video where she's doing it?
Yes.
And the police chief came and told her you're not allowed to go down there. And the police chief in Melbourne. Come on, lads. You know what I mean? Come on.
But, like, you're not going to, like, a priest is not going to be allowed into a mosque to start preaching in there, start saying prayers in there. So why would they be allowed in churches?
I have seen videos where they do prayers in churches. I've seen them on TikTok and everywhere. Where they
like
get your what?
Like our priests going into a mosque?
No, like actual Muslims coming in and preaching a thing in their church.
Oh, in a Catholic church, yeah, no, I've seen that. But what I'm saying is, our priests would not be allowed into a mosque.
No, unless you have a cap on like one of the Healy Rays, then you're allowed into the mosques. You're allowed in all the time. The dirty sellout bastards, the two of them. But Knock, what's this? Knock will go if people aren't prepared to fight for it. It's true. It's true. You know. Satan wants to sink his cloven hoof into Irish soil. Yeah. That was Sydney. The lady is Lauren Southern. Yeah. Look, what's this? The clergy are not there because they are traders and got money for the church being made into an iPass centre. We don't know, do we? You know what I mean? 10 years ago or whatever. What's this? Oh, no, President Higgins now condemning Islamophobia. Made his statement at the Holocaust 80th anniversary this week. This is not Islamophobia. Like, lads, we're going to be a minority here in 20 years' time. Cop onto your bleeding selves. Wake up and smell the coffee, like, you know what I mean? I was talking to you earlier about, remember I said it to you about the iPass place on the island in Achill. Like, people that stood there on that. Now, this is no messing. People stood there on that, and they were from Dublin. They were from Achill. They were from, what you call it, Castle, what you call it, up the road. What do you call it, bleeding?
Castlebar.
Castlebar, yeah. They were from other parts of Mayo. They were from all around the country. And like, the way I'm looking at it is these people forget themselves that these people went and stood out down there. It's okay not to put it into where I go holiday and where my mother lives, but we let them go in all around the country. You can't be having double standards like that. These people need to have a serious look at themselves and think, you did it in 2019. Let's be honest about it. You know what I mean? And you're condemning us for doing it now in our areas. So That's a little word of warning for you. Wake up and smell the coffee, because it's coming everywhere around this country. If you're willing to stand up for it down there, you should be willing to stand up for it all around the country. Go on, rant over. Owen put a big one in there a few minutes ago. Hang on, just let me say the amazing coincidence that the ceasefire in Gaza was announced just before Trump's inauguration tomorrow. Trump is the only man that can protect Ireland now from its self-destructive path we are on under this far left woke country. Woke, it will be gone shortly. It will be gone shortly. Everything woke Trump. You know. Sorry, Anthony. Go on.
No. Oh, good.
What time is the bar closed now?
No. Just only was waiting for me place to be ready.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's just waiting till we finish up so he can head back.
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah.
See it across the road, is he?
Oh, very good.
Oh, look at that.
There's no Shinadina card on the counter there.
Ah, yeah, lovely. We didn't want to say exactly where you were because someone sent me a text and said Ballyhonus is not like the Ballyhonus you knew before. It's Kip. I thought, okay, I better not say where you are, just in case we have any enemies down there, you know?
Yeah.
I think Anthony's able to look after himself. I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah, I know, but when you're on your own and surrounded by 6 or 8 of them, it's not that healthy, you know?
I'd still put my money in Anthony.
Look out with that, will you?
That's the iron and the Guinness.
Good man. Cater's off his tits, lol. Of course, that's Pat Doyle. Yeah. And not once has he referenced Orla. Not yet. Give him a minute.
Oh, Lord God.
Yeah. But that's what they're doing all right tonight. We're up to 1100. Not bad for a show that we didn't promote or we didn't, you know.
We all barely got home for.
We all barely got home. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We didn't get home for it.
But with the technology we have now, we can go live from anywhere. Listen, if I'd have had the laptop with me, I wasn't coming back up. I'm being honest with you. We could have done the show from the pub down there.
I'll tell you what. Here's an idea.
Yeah.
Why don't we do a show from a place at some point where we just put mics around the table and have a few pints and
listen, I'm good with that.
Just have a nice. We'll set up cameras and mics and just do a nice round table discussion. We could run it off a laptop. Like all we need is a fairly decent Wi-Fi connection. Be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we have the tablet there. The tablet. You can move the tablet anywhere.
Yeah, get a few more heads in kind of thing. Do you know? Actually, do you know? Is there signal?
Well, he has signal.
Wi-Fi.
Is there Wi-Fi there?
One of the lads, James. Do you remember James that was putting in the comments earlier? I dropped James back. What happened to James was he got the bus this morning at 10 o'clock and it brought him to Swinford. And he got off the bus, of course, at Swinford, and he went into the pub, and your man said, "How do you get there?" and blah, blah, blah. It was 25 quid or something in a taxi. But he left his bleeding phone there, didn't he? So when I was bringing him back, we had to come back through Swinford. But Gavin done a video. They're bleeding crack in the pub at that time in the evening, like the diddly-oi, and there's women playing fiddles, and he said it was fucking savage. And I love it to stay there for it, you know what I mean?
Brilliant. But actually, do you know what? We could do a live one with an audience sometime. Get 20 or 30 people down, and we could just do a round table.
Yeah.
It'd be good crack, wouldn't it?
Book a little room or something in the place. Yeah,
we have a location. That would be ideal. You'd fit the table, 4 of us, and you'd get 30 people comfy enough, like, and it could be it could also be an overnighter. We just there's plenty of accommodation there and a few sleeping bags and stuff like that. We might plan that for sooner rather than later. Now that could be.
There's Orchid. She's on for that, or he's on for that, or whoever.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. What do you think, Anthony?
Yeah.
Actually, do a live one with an audience. You know, you get 20 or 30 people in there, if you have a few sleeping bags and stuff like that, and fucking bunk up and things, and bar, and just literally do round table, just do Irish Column live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? There's a place I went to, the High Cross Inn, very famous old pub. I did a podcast there in December of last year, the year before last, so 2023.
With a minute and 20.
People were just going back and forth to the bars, and there was to the bar, and we had our own spot and all. It was great. It's near Castledermot, the High Cross, very famous place.
And the Cork lads might put us up as well.
Yeah. We could go down to Cork and do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lads, we're gonna have to finish up. Listen, for a show that wasn't put together very well, we done well, I have to say. So, Orla, I'm gonna drop you down. Okay, so thank you very much. Much obliged. Anthony, I'll drop you down. Just wait there for me for a minute, and I'll bring you back in a minute. Thank you for coming on, mate. I know you've been through the mill today, but hey, you'll enjoy yourself, kid, won't you? Martin, fair play to you. Thanks very much for
coming
Paul.
On. Thanks very much.
Talk to you later. Cheers. And there's just myself. And what we say every Sunday night, was a great day today in Knock, I have to say. The Blessed Virgin was with us. And what I say every Sunday night is the truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose and it will defend itself. Good night and God bless.